Hey world, good morning. You're watching Wake Up with Victoria, and I'm Victoria. And it is now Tuesday, almost noon. And I wanted to share something with you that I've been thinking for the past couple of days. Last week, I believe I shared a post on my feed in Russian that said, the sad part is that you have lived your whole life thinking there are rules, and it turns out there aren't any. So I've been thinking about it for the past couple of days because it's true. There aren't any rules. And we are all brought up to think there are rules. You know, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't think that, you think this, you should that, you shouldn't that, blah, blah, blah. All these shoulds are very limiting, and these shoulds, there's no such thing as you should. There is you could, but then again, if it doesn't hurt you or others, you can do whatever you want to do. And I've been trying to teach this to my children. And with them, I've been trying to learn it myself. Because I used to think that there are all these rules and regulations and the way you're supposed to do things and the way you're not supposed to do things. There are prescriptions for a very happy, productive, successful life. But there is a key to productive, happy, successful life. And it is follow your own rules, follow your own standards, that, you trust yourself with what you want to do. Everybody else who tells you you should or you shouldn't, they're putting these limits on themselves and on you. Why would you live your life according to somebody's standards and according to somebody's limits? If you're not hurting anybody or yourself, then what's the problem? What's the issue? Seriously. I felt like going to the park today and taking a walk around and taking beautiful pictures, and I did it. And I don't owe anybody an explanation. Yeah, I'm a 43-year-old woman. I should have a career, or I should be at home cleaning and cooking, or I should be this, or I should be that. And I shouldn't do any of those things. I could, but I choose not to, because the things that I did this morning are the things that make me happy. And people who live with me, my husband and my children, they're fine with me doing what I want to do, because we give each other freedom. I mean, of course, I cannot just pick up and go to an ashram somewhere because I have obligations. But these obligations, I took them upon myself. And nobody forced me to have those obligations. They're my own choosing. So I choose to honor them. And that in and of itself makes me happy. But I shouldn't this or I shouldn't that. You shouldn't this and shouldn't that. There are no rules. You can do whatever you want to do. There was a character on the Howard Stern show years ago. I heard him say this awesome thing. And those of you who have watched the Howard Stern show or have listened, whether you like him or not, we're not discussing that at all, and don't even comment about that. But there was a character who said, I'm a man and I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it. And I absolutely loved it. There was so much freedom in that. I don't know what he meant by that. I know what I heard, and I know that what I heard is that I can do whatever I want to do because I can. And every day I try to make conscious choices that represent how I feel inside. And what I feel inside is that I can do what I want to do because there are no rules. And I try to teach my children that, and I try to live that way. I mean, sometimes it's hard. I mean, I've lived for 43 years with a certain way of living, with a certain way of thinking, with certain standards, but I work on myself every day, and I tell myself, you're free to do whatever you want to do. You can do what you want to do. Oh my God, there are no rules. There are no rules. Do you understand that? There are no rules. That is just so freeing. There are no rules, and it's just amazing. I love it. Love it. So, I suggest that you give yourself permission to understand and to allow yourself to understand and to just let it in you that there are no rules. there are no rules. And those people who tell you there are rules are the people who are afraid of being free. So in order to make themselves, interesting Freudian slip, in order to make themselves feel comfortable with their own lack of freedom, they will tell you there are rules and you should follow them. But guess what? There aren't any. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to take care of my doggy, and I'm going to clean my house, and I'm going to make something really yummy for my family, because that is what I decided to do for them. But there are no rules that say that I should do it. So be free in your life. Do what you want to do. That's it. Have a wonderful Tuesday.